Hello and welcome to the Kristin Carrera podcast. I am Kristin. Welcome back if you've been following along. And if you are new, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like, follow along, and comment. I love to hear where you are on your health journey, where you are nutritionally. What are you doing to heal your body and your mind? Please leave that in the comments below. Today, we are diving into oxalates. I haven't really had this conversation about oxalates because I have been just diving into this topic and slowly learning about what are oxalates. And I'm not a doctor or nutritionist, so for more information, please go do your research. One of the people that I love to reference, and you will see that in my description, is Sally Norton. So I am actually currently reading her book, and I have it pulled up here because on my Kindle. Sorry, I'm trying to charge it because my Kindle was dying, but I wanted to reference something that she says in the book, but I wanted to first just let you know I am not a doctor or nutritionist by any means, but I have just been learning more and more about oxalates and what they can potentially do to your body and how harmful they can possibly be, and how you've never really heard this word until you start deep diving into health and nutrition, right? So this word has just been popularized by so many people online, especially those who have found carnivore, and you will hear a lot about how oxalates are poisonous and how they're trying to kill you and all these things. I personally do not think that we need to take such an extreme wording of what oxalates are trying to do to our bodies. However, I do believe that we need to open our eyes and look at studies and read books like Sally Norton's book, where she did tons and tons and tons of research for you and put it into this book and explain to you in detail what oxalates are and how they can be harmful for your body, and how possibly doing a low oxalate diet may help you in the long run if you don't want to go to such an extreme as going lion diet or carnivore. With that said, I will say that I still think going carnivore is key to starting a health journey when you have been going through different things with your health, whether it be depression, anxiety, people who have had gut issues like IBS, or people who have had other health issues like diabetes, etc. There are a lot of testimonies out there saying how the carnivore diet has helped them. So let me read to you first. Just reading this book of Sally Norton, I haven't even finished it, has been completely eye-opening to me on how these naturally occurring compounds can affect our bodies. And so first, let's talk about what are oxalates, right? Because many of you are going to watch this video and right away you're probably Googling what are oxalates. And so, sorry, I think that this microphone is going to die. So I am going to put on my other one, make sure that my video is not being cut off. So I'm going to pause you real quick and make sure that my video was working, and I will be right back. Okay, we are back. Sorry about that. I wanted to make sure because this has happened to me in the past where I've done a whole video for you and my microphone turned off and there was no audio. So I don't want to have to redo this video. Okay, let's dive in. What are oxalates? Many of us are not going to know what that is. That's why you're here trying to figure out what and learn about oxalates. Again, do your research, but this is what I've found. So what are oxalates? Oxalates are naturally occurring compounds found in many plants. They're in lots of foods you might consider healthy, like spinach, almonds, and sweet potato. Yes, I said it. You heard it here. I was one of those people who was not only eating spinach and almonds together in my protein shake, but did not realize that these specific foods are very, very high in oxalates. So when oxalates bind to minerals like calcium, they can form tiny crystals. And these crystals over time can build up in your body, potentially causing issues like kidney stones, inflammation, and joint pain. So this was something that I had no clue about. I mean, you hear eat your spinach, right? Almond milk, almonds are good for you, all of these things. And I was doing that almost every single day, for sure, Monday through Friday, because I would have my protein shake and I would put spinach and almond milk and all these things, almond butter. So I was really having a load of oxalates dumped into my body just with that one meal. That wasn't including the rest of the meals throughout the day. Why can oxalates be harmful? Not everyone has problems with oxalates, right? Just I talk to you all the time. Every body is different. I truly do believe that. But for some people, these compounds can build up and lead to discomfort or health issues. For example, calcium oxalate is the most common type of kidney stone. And some believe that oxalates may also contribute to inflammation, joint pain, and even digestive problems in sensitive individuals. I have microscopic colitis. So were these oxalates worse for my body? Was it really attacking my body more than what it would have if I didn't have these issues? I'm going to go with yes on this. One reason that people on the carnivore diet avoid plant-based foods is because of compounds like oxalates. And you will hear people like Dr. Shafee and Dr. Ken Berry talk about these things and why they do not eat these vegetables. Since carnivores stick to animal-based foods, they naturally eliminate high oxalate foods like fruit, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. And this is one of the reasons, not the whole reason, but one of the reasons why carnivores believe that their diet can help reduce issues related to oxalates, inflammation, or digestive problems. Now, this is directly quoted from Sally Norton's book. So you can, again, I have her referenced in the description below, so you could check that out. But I read this and I had to highlight it so that I can share it with you. Oxalate overload can seem foreign, confusing, and unlikely because, and this is true because we've been fed, right? Eat your vegetables, you need it for fiber, you need it for gut health, it's better for your gut, all these things. Number one, we're so unaware, even the word oxalate is unfamiliar. I did not hear, again, I have never heard any doctor reference this word until I started to eat healthier and till I found the carnivore diet and people started to talk about it. Number two, the implications run counter to the nutritional dogma of our times. What did I say? Right? We're taught, eat your vegetables, eat your spinach, all these things. And it's what's been ingrained in our brains. So it's all we know. And I understand that it's hard to understand what are oxalates, and it's hard to believe that these things are doing more harm than good. Number three, our collective ignorance and disbelief promotes inattention and dismissive attitudes, even among researchers and otherwise well-informed healthcare professionals. Every day, we may be ingesting the very cause of multitude of symptoms, yet not have any idea. And neither does your doctor. Mic drop. When I read that, I was like 100%, each point. Yes, yes, yes. And yet here we are, still trying to educate the world about what are oxalates and that maybe eating only vegetables is not as healthy as you may think. And maybe when a person comes to you, if you're a professional, if you're a doctor, and a person comes to you with different types of health issues, just maybe these things might be doing more harm than good, right? Let's say that it could be a maybe. You cannot say that it's not. So sorry, I got a little bit passionate there because my doctors have literally told me your blood work is fine. Your blood work is fine, but yet I have a list of 10 things that are not fine. And that is what doctors do. They just look at your panels. That's all they do, and they don't go beyond that. And we really need to make a change. We need to change that. Doctors need to start looking outside that little box that they have been trained to look in, and feel like they're not allowed to step outside that box. Like Dr. Sean Baker was told to stay in this box, and he stepped outside of the box, and he suffered consequences for stepping outside of the box. But he did not stop spreading the word of what he believes and what he's seen that his own patients have done with being on a carnivore diet. So I applaud him for that. I really do. Maybe one day I'll get to meet him. So I wanted to go over a list of low oxalate foods. Okay. Before I do that, I have been mostly carnivore for 11 months now. It's almost been a year. I cannot believe that it's been this long in between dabbling in a little bit more animal-based and doing my Lion Diet Challenge for a month, right? My diet probably consists about 90 to 95% carnivore. And every once in a while, I will, on occasion, add a low oxalate food like avocado, raw honey. I have tried spaghetti squash, which I found out is actually a more medium oxalate. So I will probably have that every once in a blue because it's a way of craving my pasta with being able to eat my pasta that I love. Hardcore carnivores, I know that's not carnivore, and you might not think that. Why even eat it? Because I want to, plain and simple. And it's not going to be an everyday thing. So I have dabbled in a couple things like that. With that said, I'm curious to see what happens if I consciously add more of a low oxalate foods to my diet. Will it make a difference on how I feel? Will I start getting some of the symptoms that I kind of got rid of being on carnivore? Or will I still kind of feel the way that I'm feeling now after being on carnivore for 11 months? And that is my curiosity right now, because I would love to be able to eat a little bit more of a variety. That is me. That's how I feel. It is my journey. I don't want to hear the feedback. You can comment if you want and be pissed off at me, but that's just how I feel. And it's just really, for me, it's all about learning and experimenting with what works best for my body, right? My channel here is me being open and raw and honest with you about what I am doing and how I am feeling. Have you seen my videos on the Lion Diet Challenge? I did not sugarcoat anything on how I felt, and it didn't work for me. And I'm okay with saying that it didn't work for me. But I said it from the beginning, even doing carnivore, that everybody is different. There's no one size fits all. And what works for me may not work for you, vice versa. So I am very open about that, about eating whatever nutrition fits for you. That's on you. So let's go over the low oxalate foods. Obviously, protein, beef, chicken, pork, fish, and eggs. Those are all low oxalates. If you are going to implement vegetables, cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, zucchini, and asparagus. These are low oxalate vegetables. And if you're going to include fruit, which is probably more of what I will do, is avocado, apples, blueberries, strawberries, cherries, watermelon, bananas, and bell peppers. And yes, I know many of you may be thinking, avocado, bell peppers, those are vegetables, Kristin. No, they're not. They're actually fruit. So if you're not doing vegetables, but you're doing fruits, you can implement those. I know that cucumber is a fruit as well. I need to find out if it's a low oxalate, because I did want to kind of implement a little bit of cucumber as well, because I like to make this yogurt sauce for my husband that I add cucumbers, and I would like to have that as well. So dairy, low oxalates, milk, cheese, butter, yogurt. Fats and oils are olive oil, coconut oil, and animal fats. I will probably just stick to my animal fats and butter. nuts and seeds. This is more of a moderate oxalate. It's best to eat them in moderation, but macadamia nuts and pumpkin seeds, if you do want to add seeds, I personally probably will not. So that is today's episode. I am excited to see how I approach this. I think that I might wait. I'm struggling because the holidays are coming and I want to give myself a little bit of a treat. So one of the things that I will be eating, unfortunately, I thought that it was a low oxalate and it's not, is butternut squash, but I bought a big one and it's already here. So I do want to make a butternut squash soup. I'll probably be posting that over on A Girl's Kitchen. I had a recipe that I did a long time ago. I'll make sure that everything else, other than obviously butternut squash not being carnivore, or low oxalates like I was hoping that it would be, it's still a healthier choice in my opinion than going out and eating anything else, a burger from McDonald's, right? So, well, if you're only eating the beef, you're good, but not the not the bread and all that other stuff. So I may do this at the beginning of the year because I want to finish off doing a more 90% at least carnivore until January. I started on January 1st. We're almost there, a whole year. And I am very proud of myself. I am proud of you if you've been doing this since January with me. If you just started in between, congratulations as well. I don't care if it's been 2 days, congratulations. And let's keep pushing forward. If you need an accountability partner, if you need an accountability partner, I don't know why that came out like that. If you need an accountability partner, why do I keep getting stuck on that word? Hit up my Instagram and DM me, message me. I would be more than happy to cheer you on the sidelines and answer any questions that you may have. You can also comment below on my YouTube channel and like, follow along, comments, make sure you're following my channel. I truly, truly appreciate it. And you can also find me over on Fountain. That's a great way to hear my podcast as well if you are not on YouTube at the moment or you're, just want to listen. Spotify as well. So I'm excited to see what happens when I explore this approach further. Will adding more oxalate foods make a difference on how I feel? So stay tuned, keep following my journey. Let's see where it leads. It's all about understanding how food impacts our bodies and experimenting to find what best fits you on your journey. I'm talking to you. Thanks for tuning in today's episode. Stay curious and I will keep you posted on my journey. Have a great one.